Recording. All right, welcome guys, welcome. So we have around 20 people in. Looks good. Some new faces as well. So guys, welcome for the first time who's like joining us live. I love to see you guys here. Maybe that you missed this in the last call, but or maybe you watched the recording, but we managed to get one store approved on Google. It's a Dutch one. And we did already test some products like in the few weeks ago, but it seems that there is like some kind of potential. So we want to start these ads as soon as possible. We even got a big sale today on the free listing. So that's a funny thing. What told you guys, when you get approved on the Google Merchant Center, sometimes these free listings also get some sales. So that's funny. And we got a really big one today. So it means like there is demand for our products. We are going to focus mostly probably on the home decor first. So that's what Henk-Jan is going to do. So what Henk-Jan is going to do, he's going to set up a very basic but standard campaign that we use in the agency to get some momentum and traction. But Henk-Jan will, of course, like explain everything. And this will be a very easy step-by-step tutorial that you guys can always watch later back when you have your Google Merchant set up and when you want to launch your first Google Ads. So today I want to ask Henk-Jan to take away the stage. He can share his screen. I will be in the chat, guys, so I will respond to some questions. So because I think a lot of like technical questions will come, then I will just tell like, okay, we will wait till Henk-Jan will answer. But I just want this as much as valuable as possible. So I think answering the questions in chat will be good. And at the end, Henk-Jan will, of course, answer some questions to your own Google Store questions or everything that we can cover in this call. So Henk-Jan, let's show the real value. Let's take it away.
Yes. Yes. Okay, guys. Nice that you're all here. So we are going to show the setup of a new campaign and according to my strategy, because of course there are a couple of strategies out there. Everybody has their own strategy, but I've seen my strategy work on tons of stores. So that's the one I'm going to share with you. And according to me, the setup, the beginning is not that complicated. I think you guys can all follow. Jesper already shared the store, if I'm correct. So that's Seltzer. I was not there Monday. Excuse me for that. But this will be the store. And we're going to set up a campaign. And we're going to start with a PMAX shopping campaign. So there are also different strategies with starting with standard shopping. But what I've seen is that the PMAX shopping campaign is just so smart. It works so well that we can start with it right away. And of course, if you are in your Google screen, we are just going to start with create a campaign. It could be so that you see a different modus, like the amateur modus. Because in the beginning, if you set up your Google Ads account, by the way, if you have questions about setting up your Google Ads account, send the chat to me on School. I have a Loom video on how to set up your Google Ads account. It's not really exciting though, but if you have any problems with that, just shoot me a message. It could be so that you have the amateur modus, then you can switch to expert in the tools and the settings. And then it will say around here, you don't have a lot of options. It will say switch to expert modus. And I would suggest to switch to expert modus. Otherwise, Google is like gonna burn your money with the suggestions they are going to do. And we are going to start off with a campaign objective that is sales, of course. And before you can start your campaign and before your campaign can start running, you need to have your tracking set up. So I think Jasper already told this before. We make use of TrackBee, and TrackBee is a really nice software since it has the most accurate data at this moment. In March, there was a new GDPR compliance update in the European Union where you are not able to gather the data if you don't have cookies installed. So tracking becomes more and more difficult, but we see that TrackB has at this point for us the highest success rate. It has the most data. So we are using TrackB. They will set up your tracking automatically. You can also set up manually or ask someone via Fiverr, of course. Manually, there are like tons of instructions on the internet about how to set up manually. But since TrackB has the first 50K for free, I will just suggest TrackB because before you add 50K, you already made enough profit to pay it back when it gets paid. So if you have set up your conversion goals, you will see purchase around here. If you see all the add to carts and the page view, etc., I would suggest to remove all these goals on the side here, remove the goals, and just only use purchases as conversion goal. Then we can start with choosing the campaign type. And here we're going to choose for shopping because it will give you the option for PMAX shopping here. You need to have your GMC connected with the Google Ads account. I made a YouTube video about this as well, which I will share in the community. I don't want to go into those details because this is more administrative work. So connecting your GMC with your Google Ads is pretty easy. I would just like to call them PMAX Shopping, and always the agency name. I don't know, it's just a habit. And then feed. So there are still multiple options in how we are going to advertise, but I've just seen that focusing on the feed at this point for drop shipping especially works the best. You can also choose when creating your campaign to add assets, visuals, etc., but this is more recommended for branding. We had a question about this in the community 2 weeks ago as well, and I then said that I prefer the assets, but in the meantime, yeah, sometimes things change. We decided to give preference to not adding any assets. I will show you what assets are later on. I'm already going too far at this point, but at this point, we're going to choose conversion value as our bidding strategy because we want to achieve the highest amount of revenue possible. And we are not going to put any target ROAS since we want to give Google the freedom to gather the data at the beginning in the first period. So we are going to focus on conversion value, no target ROAS at this point. Later on, it will be really important to add a target ROAS, but for now, we're not going to do this. We are not going to optimize for new customers. We're just going to leave it like this. We are going to sell in the Netherlands, of course, and I prefer to only use the native language. So don't add English because the buying intention of people who are in a different language is way lower most of the times. And I like to turn the final URL off, so we're only going to send traffic to the product pages. Google will say, oh, your optimization is bad if you don't add final URL. But trust me, this is not what you want if you're running a dropship store. We have seen that if we turn this on, traffic can be sent to your homepage with a high CPC. We had this problem with a client where the campaign was sending traffic on like €1 plus CPC to the homepage. So it was burning the budget. So please turn this off.
Hank, by the way, this
Yeah,
store is also approved on Belgium. I don't know if you want to do that as well.
good that you mention it. Yes, then we're gonna add Belgium right away. If your merchant center is if you add the feed for Belgium as well, then we're gonna do Flanders, Belgium region. Since we don't want to target the French region, we just want to target the Dutch region of Belgium. Yeah, so it's the merchant needs to be set in Germany as well. So you need to add shipping and all these info in your merchant center if you want to target a different country as well. But it is possible that, for example, if you have a German store, that you also run in Austria or in Switzerland if you make sure that you have the settings right in your Google Merchant Center. So we're going to target with Dutch language, and we don't have to touch any of this. Of course, we can add the tracking template of TrackB, but I will do that later on since I don't have the tracking template right away. But
Should I give it to you?
Yes, yes. Can you put it in the chat?
It is, of course, my own trackbee, so it's just the UTM trackings, right?
Yeah, so the UTM tracking URL.
Let me see.
I think trackbee works with the final URL suffix. We can also do it later on. In the
Is
meantime,
it?
I will
I
just
put,
go
I put it
on.
in the chat. Oh, okay.
Okay, I will add them later on. And then for the asset generator, so asset groups are actually like ad sets you know from Meta. And in the beginning, I always start with a MTO products and with the feed only. So I also see a question here about the assets. I turn the text assets off since we found out that if we put all the text assets and the videos that you see over here, if we add them in the campaign, you will see that Google is going to allocate like 10 to 20% of the budget to places like YouTube, to places like Gmail, Discover. And we just want to stay in the search shopping results and sometimes in the display as well. But we don't want to be on all these different channels since the buying intention is way lower, and this will also lower your conversion rate. But if you're a brand or if you sell via brand, this works actually really good. But since we are drop shippers, we don't use this at all. Um, and we need to remove the logo as well. It can give you errors if you leave anything in here. So we're just going to keep it completely empty. We're going to only advertise products. So first, back in the days, Google said, okay, your ad strength is still good if you only sell products. They changed this a couple of months ago, but this is just a vanity metric. It's just a way to let you spend more money, to let you add those texts and visuals, etc., to be shown in different places, but will actually lower your ROAS at the end of the day. So we're not going to put anything in here, and we're also not going to put any singles in here for now. So this we will leave this asset group empty, but we are going to test and play a little bit with different asset groups later on. We're going to do like keyword research and stuff. But for now, we're going to leave it all empty. We're going to give Google the time to find the best users for our products. And also that's why the product titles and the product descriptions will be really important, since with these asset groups, we're going to completely rely on Google Shopping AI. But the Google Shopping AI, like I showed 2 weeks ago, needs data. So we need to have product titles and product descriptions to give the AI data to know what kind of people we need to target. So if I go, for example, to a product, then so for example, here we see, okay, we have a nice brand name, but we have the style, so modern. We have what kind of lamp it is or light it is, and then eventually where it's made from. We will have, I will share a structure on how you can structure your product titles, but this is already pretty sufficient. And then with the descriptions, make sure that you put in some details about what this product is for, what material it has, for which room it is, for example, and what kind of product it is. Put 3 USPs as well, and we have some specifications since that's what you need most of the times if you sell those kind of products. But if you have like fashion products, you can put size table in here to make sure that the client knows what size they need to pick. And regarding the budget, we're gonna stick with 40 euros budget a day. You can also start with, yeah, I would say start with between 20 and 40 euros a day. It really depends on your total ad budget, since yeah, it depends how comfortable you are with spending certain amounts. But I would say start with a budget of 40 euros or 30 euros. And you will eventually see that within 24 to 48 hours, you already get some sales and you will earn this money back. In the beginning, you will not see like a really high ROAS probably, but you will get this money back at the beginning. So probably if you put it on 30 or 40 euros, you'll get one sale every day. And eventually it will build up when the AI gets smarter and smarter. And when we can add more and more asset groups as well when we increase the budget. So for now, we're just going to leave it like this. So pretty plain and completely focused on the amount of revenue we want to achieve. And we have to rely on the AI of Google at the beginning. So then you just publish the campaign. It's just focused on conversions. And as you can see at the uh, And as you can see at the asset group side, so this is like ad sets. We only have one MTL products. We have all the products in here and no signals, nothing at all, no creatives. So we're going to completely rely on Google. And later on, if you have a lot of products, you need to give them product types as well. So um, in the backend of Shopify, you will be able to put in product types for your products. So you will see that you can put in lighting, tableware, pendant lights, outdoor lighting, table lamps. This will be really important later on to create different asset groups based on the product type. I want to show you real quick how and why this works. So for example, when you want to like push a certain collection, push a certain product type, because you think this is going to work really well, you can go to create a new asset group, and then at the section of listing groups, you see here the option to edit the all products section. So what you can do here is use a selection of products, and since product types are the easiest way to communicate from Shopify to Google, I will always suggest those. You can also do it on the name, so item ID, for example. You can also pick some of them by name or give them a custom label with, for example, Simproses, but we're gonna stick with product types. And um, so outdoor lighting is gonna go trending more and more in the summer because people are gonna more sit outside. So what you maybe can do if you have a product that has that which is going to be trending, for example, on Google Trends, you can use this specific product type, add them in your asset groups, just name them, for example, outdoor lighting. And later on here, we can add search themes and or keywords in additional signals. And via this way, you can divide all your different product types later on and scale it a bit. But I'm already going too much in detail because this is not something we're going to do at the beginning. At the beginning, for the first 1 to 2 weeks, I would suggest to leave it like this and see how much traction you will have with this specific campaign. And based on that, we can also expand. So if we're still on low budget, I like to add one more asset groups, which, for example, is focused on competitors. I still keep all the products in there. So what I do is competitors, CP, leave all the products in there, like no creatives at all. And here, additional signals, and this is really interesting. Google allows you to create your own segment. So what I can do here, we can CP, and here down below, Google shows you the option to give URLs that are similar, that have similar visitors on your store than your own store. So if you have a list of competitors, if you know competitors which are in the same country, you can put them in here. And let me check where I have the. So I have some competitors already here. I'm gonna focus on lights at this point, but you can put all different kind of competitors in here. You can put competitor lights, and we can just add all the URLs, and Google will optimize and find users that are also browsing on these pages. So this already gives you a real advantage and will give Google more data and gives them more data to play with and to see what visitors we need here. You see already 1 to 5 billion weekly impressions. That's always really good. Then you know you have competitors who have a high amount of visitors on their store. So we're only going to start with those two at this moment. You can also here see, let's remove this, otherwise it will not accept. And this also happens a lot, and I don't know why yet, but my only way to fix this is just to try over and over again. Normally, like removing the logo is already enough. I will answer the question shortly. So competitors, yes, as you can see, it does accept now. I will leave this one on pause for now, and we are gonna turn it on in a couple of days when we have some more sales coming in. Um, so these are really the basics of setting up the campaign, and this is the way I set it up, and this is the way I see we create traction for our clients, and the way we, um, yeah, our strategy works really well at this point.
And what is like the time frame what people can expect? Because like I know for a minute, this will make sure Google will approve the campaign. Then when it's approved, we get some impressions, and then we will get some clicks, and then we hope we get some sales. What do you normally see a time frame what people can expect?
So you'll probably see that you will get clicks within 24 hours, mostly already way earlier. But I say 24 hours just because it can also rely on the amount of products you have, and it can rely what kind of products you have. But 24 hours is what I would say. Then within 48 to 72 hours, you will definitely see a sale. The first day, the first 24 hours, if I put it on this kind of budget, it mostly spent like 10 or 15 euros. Then the next day, it will spend your whole budget, or maybe even overspend it if you have products that are really, um, how do you call it? That are really wanted, and there's like a lot of search volume for. And when the campaign thinks, oh, this gets traction, this works, then it could already overspend the 40 euros with the budget that it didn't spend the day before. So that's also something to keep in mind. Sometimes it doesn't spend the whole budget, but it can compensate later on when they feel there is traction, when they feel there is search volume for it.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. Okay. That's I think everything is covered right now. I don't want to overcomplicate like everything, guys, because like it's pretty straightforward how he set up the campaign. So
Mhm.
why did you choose this budget, by the way, for like 40 euros? Is it something that we need? Can we start cheaper, or is it like, does it benefit when we put it straight away on 500, for example?
No, if you put it on 500 immediately, it will burn a lot of money. 20 euros is not a lot, in my opinion, but it's the minimum, I would say. It's just you're gonna invest in data, and you're gonna invest in Google, who's gonna allocate this budget to certain products that have search volume. So um, it depends how fast you will want to invest, and of course, it can burn a little bit more money than if you start with 20 euros, for example. If you want to be more conservative, you can start with 20 to 30 euros, but at the end of the day, it will balance out. And if you see a high CPC at the beginning, if you see a high CPC at the beginning, then put your budget a little bit lower, because that will automatically force the campaign to try and to have lower CPCs.
Okay. All right.
Um, Let me see the questions. How many products do you guys import daily? And do I do anything special? So at the beginning, after you approve your Google Merchant Center, we always suggest to start with uploading 5 products a day in the first week. And then in the second week, you can go up to 10 products. The third week, you can go to 20 products, and then to 30 products. And then you can eventually scale it up to 50 products a day if you're able to do this with your team, if you have a good team. But if you're alone doing it on yourself, try to achieve like 20 products a day. That would be great. And make sure that you have a different title and different description than your competitor if you're going to copy those from other Google stores. Zaid is asking, do you use PMax to test one product store? Yes, you can, but we prefer like a lot of products with this kind of strategy. But you can also do it with a one product store. Um, but the scalability is a little bit lower. Of course, that also depends on the product, but yeah, you can start with just a PMax on a one product store. The cookie banner, is the cookie banner now required to have on a website or is it mandatory? The cookie banner is in the European Union now required on the website. It's mandatory. I would suggest to use Pandectus. It's the best one at the moment. It will not mess with your tracking because some also don't have the consent mode, so they don't follow the GDPR compliance rules. So
Yeah.
Pandectus works really well. Is product research on Facebook the best way to do research for Google, or are there any other good methods?
Yeah, this,
I
by the way,
always
was I told this on Monday to these guys. Like maybe that's why Max was telling. My preferred is like just see what's working on Facebook because like these Facebook guys are not active on Google. So that's why I normally go first to Facebook Ads Library and just see what people are selling in general. And if I saw like a lot of people were selling like outdoor lights. That's when I just were searching for the Facebook Ads Library. Um, Outdoor lighting and all the dropshippers that I found, I put them in my ChatGPT prompt, changed the product description a bit, and then I imported the product. That's something that I prefer because then you don't need to do like all the data research, etc., etc. But I think on the first call, on the first Wednesday, or I believe in the community, we did some product research as well. Normally, this is just like by confirming on Amazon movers and shakers, by Google Trends, by Google Data, by Keywords Planner, but it's Google is mostly common sense. What are people buying right now? And that's what we use as well. And that's why we validate by Facebook and by Pinterest, etc. That's what we do. And by the way, I just wanted to show you like pretty quickly. I can share this prompt with you guys, but what I normally do is this. I have here the what is it called? The ChatGPT prompt. It used to be better, to be honest, like but with the ChatGPT 4.0, it's changed a little bit. But I had an old store, and one of these products was selling was very well was this product. So what I did, I put the URL and the title in my ChatGPT prompt. So here you see, here is the product page. Here is the competitor product title. We want the exact same product, but written in Dutch. Please give me the product title and product description in Dutch. And I just gave like, we use this layout. Start with a headline, then a visual, then an introduction about the product. Then we have a visual again, followed by the three main benefits, another visual, followed by the specifications. Please use this layout. We want a product description that sells. And then they give this one. So they give you the product title, they give you the product description and the start. This is the introduction. So here we need to put the visual. Normally it would say like put visual here. Then we have a visual up front here, then the USPs and a visual again, and then we have the specifications. And as you guys saw, like the product that's Hank Jan is sharing, the small lamp, that one has the exact same product description that I have here in the ChatGPT prompt. That's how I just got my product descriptions. Pretty easy. If you guys want it, I can share it in the school community. It's no problem. Jeffrey, by the
yes,
way, I
yes.
see you raised your hand. Maybe we can ask you to join.
Yes. How are you guys doing?
I'm doing
Great.
good, man. What about you?
Good to see you.
Yeah, good, good. It's a bit echo here. So I have the question. So yeah, I got like an email from like a lawyer that I use like copyrighted video because I use Google and Facebook. So I have to pay like 2,500 euros, and how do you say? They said I had to remove all my content from my website. But it's weird, right? Because I use like one video. It's from a Dutch brand apparently, but all the photos and the videos are also on AliExpress. So yeah, what's your experience with that? And do you like what do you recommend?
Well, it is recorded, so I need to be careful what I'm saying right now. But if
Well, they do have my name and my
yes,
real company
of
number, but
course, like of
yeah.
course, that's
So
just to scare you. That's just to scare you. Like, oh man,
yeah.
you're a big thief, blah 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 blah. But they have nothing to stand on. What I normally do is like I
Okay.
act if I'm fucking stupid. Like, oh, I just started this. I don't know what I'm doing. I will remove the product. Sorry guys, it's gone. Luckily, I have made zero sales, and I put it offline, and that's it. That's it. That's what I do.
Oh,
And normally they leave you alone. And like, to be honest, 1 week later, sometimes I just relaunch a product again. I'm like, okay, let's try it again.
really,
And
really. So, all right,
and
no, go ahead.
what you also can do is change your URL of the website.
Yeah, at the end, that's what you can do as well.
Yeah.
So, like my name, the name of the website, you mean?
Yes. So also changing only one letter is enough.
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
But you
okay.
cannot find the website anymore. Like maybe you just email back, oh, sorry, okay, sorry, I put the website totally offline and gone. Like, but you did not put it offline, you just changed the URL.
Oh, okay. And so they won't come after me like with a big
No, no.
lawyer.
They won't
Yeah.
they will not stand a chance. Like if like the content is already publicly in AliExpress, they will not stand a chance.
Well, so it's I think like the AliExpress like stole their content and make
Ah.
like stuff of it.
I
But
think the safest to be is what I've always noticed is if you work with these people, you're like, oh, sorry guys, I did not know. I saw the product was on AliExpress. So sorry,
Mhm.
guys, I've just uploaded it from there, but I will delete it. I have deleted it. Luckily, I have zero sales. Excuse me for this. You will notice nothing happens. Like nothing
Yeah.
happens.
Oh, okay. So because they like tell me to like sign a contract, but I
Oh,
thought I'm not gonna sign anything, you
no,
know.
no, that's
All right, I will do that. Thank you. Also, I have like a Hong Kong company,
Mhm.
and I want to like put my German store, my German Google store on the Hong Kong company, but it got like disapproved for misinterpretation, and now I have to like verify my identity, and they asked me for like my address in Hong Kong, but of course I have not an address in Hong Kong, so yeah, so I can change the country, right? So
Mhm.
do I need to put like my business address? Is that okay? Or yeah, what do you recommend for that?
I believe Camille also touched this one on last call as well, like on 1 week ago.
I mean, this is something new that they added very recently. When
Yeah.
you get suspended and you want to appeal, on some accounts they're
Yeah.
asking you to complete a verification. So if you're using a Hong Kong company, I suggest you have these two options. You can choose business or organization and then individual. Choose
Yeah.
individual and then upload your native passport or ID to get verified because it's just only for Google. But again,
Okay.
it's something that I added. I think recently they're really going after dropshippers or like
Yeah.
people who might be scamming in any other way. I'm not saying that any of you guys want to scam, but we just need to prepare the website in really legitimate way so we get approved, so that we can avoid these things. But yes, in this case, you have to choose individual and upload your native ID or passport, whatever you have. Even though you have the company in other country and you want to sell in also in maybe other country than your
Yeah.
actual ID.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's no problem. Yeah, and one more question to come back to Henk Jan. You said to change the domain. Do I also need to put that in Google Merchant Center? Like say that I change the domain? Yeah, that's no problem.
Yes.
Like it won't be like disapproved.
I mean,
No, I've
it's already suspended, right?
No. So like I have one German and this one was my Dutch. So my Dutch one got like the copyright claim. So and that's why I need to change the URL. So I won't get the copyright claim again. And the German one, that's the one from the Hong Kong company.
I mean, both need two virtual centers, right?
Yeah,
Sorry?
but Camille, the Dutch one is already live.
It's
and
live.
he got and he
Okay.
got like the letter from the lawyer.
So
So,
when you change the URL, it will get disapproved, and you need to just
Yep.
go through another verification. But if the website was actually approved, then it shouldn't be a problem. If it was approved once and you just change the domain, you have to just appeal again, and it will automatically verify your products again. But if they were approved, it shouldn't be a problem.
Okay. Well, thank you, and there were all my questions.
okay, perfect. Zaid, and then I go back to the chat.
Oh, hello.
Hey man.
Hello.
Hey, I have a question for you, Hank. does virtual cards don't work anymore with Google because it doesn't spend for me for like a month.
What doesn't work?
Virtual cards. Does it
Oh,
work?
virtual credit cards, you mean, right?
Yeah.
Well, it could. Is it not disapproved?
It was
It's
suspended after a month like that, yeah.
yeah, so it gets suspended. Google doesn't like virtual credit cards. So you did, yeah. So it's still disapproved, or did you already do the appeal and it's approved now?
No, I didn't do the appeal yet.
Oh, you need to appeal, man.
But
that's your
it
plan.
was
It's
live for like a month and it's spent on the search but not on the shopping.
oh.
Oh.
Then it's not your merchant center because the difference between search and shopping is because of the active products in your merchant center most of the time.
It wasn't suspended for like a month. This happened in a month. It spent on search but not in shopping. And after a month, it was suspended in both Google Ads and the merchant center.
Ah.
Yeah. But during that
Okay.
month, I didn't understand why it didn't spend for me. Maybe because
tracking?
the virtual card.
Yeah, what we
Tracking.
sometimes see, right, Hank-Jan, is when the tracking is not set up correctly, Google will not spend.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
sometimes we change the tracking, but now the problem is first you need to get your GMC back. First appeal the GMC, then you can appeal the ad account. You will get that back. That's no problem.
Okay.
But when it's not spending, it's mostly the GMC problem or a tracking problem. That's what we normally see.
Okay. I have a question also for Camille, if it's possible.
Sure, if
Yeah.
Camille is by coincidence here, so.
Yeah. I tried the checklist on my Kinda General store, but it didn't work. And I made it like a niche store with 6 products, basic ones, and it got suspended again. I don't know why. I'm open to share it here if it's okay with you.
I mean, I would have to check the other domain, so you can send it either on Skull in a direct message, because yeah, I also don't know. I would have to check why is that? What's there on the website? What was maybe not really done properly? Now what I'm seeing really is the best possible way. If some of you guys have not been approved yet, try with only one product. Unpublish everything else, just have one product. And make sure this one product is, the description is written by ChatGPT or you wrote it your own. The images, you can mirror the images. That's what I'm discussing in the chat. If you are copying the images from AliExpress, you can mirror the image to make it look differently so that Google cannot scan it. These days, I don't think images are that a big deal unless it's some kind of adult product. Then of course it might get you suspended. But if it's like regular product, just mirror the image and you should be fine. But obviously there might be any other things that you somehow missed or that are in the product feed that are getting the products disapproved. So I would have to check. It's hard to tell.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you have any more questions, Zaid, or was that it?
No, that's good for now.
Thanks for the question.
Thank you, man. Thank you. Yeah. I'm gonna go back to Simon. He asked, how are we scaling the campaign? 20% increases every few days, and then at some point switch to target ROAS. So what I mostly do is like scale up until a budget of 200 euros a day. I would not put a target ROAS, but that's my way of doing. If you want to be more conservative, you can already put a target ROAS much earlier. But at the beginning, if we start with 30 or 40 euros a day, you can like double the budget pretty easily to 60 or 80 euros, and then eventually from 80 to, let's say, 120 or 150, and then from 150 or so to 200, and from that moment on you will see there's more consistency. Then you can put up a target ROAS, but don't put it too high. Look at the data of the past 30 days and see what the ROAS in Google is showing you, because that will different from the ROAS in your store. Look at the ROAS that Google is giving you and put it a bit above. So for example, if Google gives you a ROAS of 1.8 in Google Ads itself, and maybe on your store it's probably 2.7 or so, you can put a target ROAS of 200%, so it will optimize and be more consistent and more profitable along the way. If you put a target ROAS way too high, it's not gonna spend at all. So watch out for that. Regarding product photos, I think Camille has covered that. You can mirror them from AliExpress, and you can copy pictures from competitors. Views on baby niche in Germany for Google Ads. There's quite some search volume for it. I can't really tell at this moment how good it's working right now, but we have run baby niche in Germany and the Netherlands in Q4, and it was doing pretty good. So yes. With what application do you copy competitive products on your store? Right now, most of that goes via a Excel sheet and just use copy app,
just a
right?
copy app. Yeah, it's a copy app.
Yeah, with the copy app and the link, then you can copy it pretty easily, but you have to change the titles, descriptions, etc. Prompt is shared. Yeah, is it possible to use Facebook and Google together? Yes, I think Jesper's also a big fan of this, combining Google.
That's what we want to do on this store. If we will get sales this week on Google, I will try to make like a Facebook ad that will retarget on this product as well, but then for cold people. So yes, I want to. Henk-Jan and I never did it together, so I think this will be something very new for us as well. But I think this will work amazingly. So yeah.
Yes. And I have some rejected products on Google. Doesn't matter and how to fix it. Yes, it's good. It's better to fix it,
Yep.
but yeah, to be shown, it's better to fix it.
And normally it tells why it's rejected, like overlay, crawling, sexual content. If you're not like you think they have it wrong, delete the product and upload it again. But most of the time it is doable. But only the red arrows, like the red signs in the Google Merchant Center, that's something that needs to be fixed. Like the orange ones, it's not a big problem, but especially the ones that are like really bad, like disapproved and red, that's something we need to fix ASAP. And I see Lucas is asking what country Pinterest works, but Pinterest is like one of the biggest in Germany. So I love Pinterest on Germany, but it is like especially with Google as well. Pinterest takes some time, so it has, I believe, like the algorithm is not as advanced as Facebook and Google. It takes like 7 days at least, but you can start with like €5 per day. That's the funny thing about Pinterest. But Pinterest is a really good platform as well. But then I would recommend like the Dutch market is good, the German market is good, and I believe even some people that we manage right now in the agency, they even do USA and Australia as well. Pinterest is still like a hidden platform as well. A lot of people are not using, but it's not that scalable and quickly scalable as these platforms that we love.
I think Dimitri had like a question just
Yeah,
before.
So like,
Yeah.
but
He
now
just
he's gone
dropped.
again, right? He comes in.
Yeah, I can't see him.
Oh, Dimitri, I don't know if you have like I wanted to. Oh, you're actually on the transport. Oh, sorry.
Okay.
Sorry. Okay, we will wait for your question. Then we just answer.
I think Jesper.
Yeah, Jasper, nice.
What's up?
What's up, man?
Thanks for the value thus far. I've got some questions regarding Google. I've been doing Google since beginning of this month with you guys. So you guys run the agency and another agency is running the GMC. So we're starting to gain some traction, which made me very enthusiastic and well, bullish to talk in crypto terms about Google. So I'm really wanting to double down. So that's also how I got to both of your YouTube channels, which already have a lot of value.
Thanks, man.
So
Thank
keep
you.
that up, of course. But then again, I want to really dominate the competition because we're in the Netherlands on a fashion store, which is obviously like one of the first steps if you get into Google. So everybody is quite doing the same. So I wanted to ask, like, how would you approach fashion in the Netherlands, and then yeah, try to dominate your competition really.
It's for Jesper for me, like
Both,
both.
both.
Yeah, okay. So I think like at this point, if you want to outcompete your competitors, like titles and descriptions will be a big thing. Of course, your media buyer also make the difference. No, but no, I think the descriptions, and I know your store and it looks amazing. But I think the descriptions and the titles are really important, and then eventually also the product pictures. Since if you it will be so that you will see a lot of the similar products on Google at one point, in Google Shopping, you know, that like that window where it shows all the products. And if your product pictures like stand out from the rest and you have a similar product, you will be the one who have the highest click-through rate. You will be the one that people will land on first. So at this point, I will say those three things. But on the other hand, also diversify if you want to like outcompete. So if you do what the rest is doing, it has, of course, product market fit then, but also try to be out of the box and advertise with products that not everybody is doing.
Like in the same niche, or
Yeah, like
just
in
go
fashion.
on.
Yeah, yeah. But I think you're already doing quite a good job. But also with the product pictures, I see some of them. I'm actually live looking at it now. That yeah, it's looking really good. So I think that's for now. And of course, if you have products that are not like really mainstream, but are winning on Facebook, for example, you can also dominate more. But try to diversify in other countries if you're able to, if this store is going well. I see that, for example, France doesn't have a high CPC. The CPCs are really low, and it's gained a lot of traction in the past few months with the new French stores that I'm running. So if you want to like double down, try stores that that also have a positive cash flow and are in new markets that are not really saturated. What do you think, Jesper?
Well, first of all, in the niche fashion, it is very competitive. But the funny thing is, what we notice is if you want to separate yourself from the competition, most of the competition is just doing still some lazy stuff. Like everybody is doing dresses, everybody is doing jackets, and everybody is targeting women. But what we see is as well, like if you do that exact same stuff and you make like a really big men collection, for example, that's all something people still neglect. So what I see is like when stores are just focusing mostly on men and you have beautiful product pages for men and you have like big collections, let's say like 500 men sneakers and 300 men polos. Right now, polos in the summer is selling like crazy, and like 200 loafers, you will crush it. Men are like buying instantly on Google as well. So that's something I try to go into collections from fashion that not a lot of people are doing. So for example, something that we can still call fashion is like maybe underwear, like men underwear and female sleeping wear, like loungewear, etc. Not a lot of people do that, but my old store had so many loungewear products, and that's like almost like evergreen because like a lot of people still wear loungewear in the summer, just in the evening with Netflix and chill, and in the winter as well. So that's something that I've found out like okay, a lot of people are doing like the generic stuff like sandals and orthopedic shoes and dresses. I focused on more niche down, more niche down.
Okay, okay,
And that's
thanks.
something you can do still a generic stuff that's great that works great. But if you see like, hey, this works, create another store and just go all in with men, for example, and then focus on polos and jackets for men, for example. Or we saw like one store that was crushing it with only leather jackets, like only leather jackets. That's crazy. And went like all in. Like leather jackets is something you can wear all year round as well.
Mhm. Got it. Got it. Got it. Henk-Jan, regarding the like product titles and descriptions, is there a certain document that you already have that explains that a little bit better, or?
No, like we have that prompt, the one that Jasper is
Mhm.
sharing in the community. Um, I don't have a really nice tighten up document that's explaining that.
What do we need? What do we need? But we can create everything
We can create it. Yeah, like a product title and description, like on why, what, and how. Like just how you want to structure those product, how you need to structure those product titles, why you need to do that, and what needs to be in there.
Yeah, something like that. Just
Yeah, I think this,
like
I just put it on school for you guys, so you can see it on the, if you go to Classroom and you guys go to key resources, I've put it on two places. I've put it in website creation, product description prompt, and I put it with the Google Ads setup, Google Ads product description as well. Here is the outlay that I use. Start with a headline, visual image, introduction about the product, visual image, three main benefits, and then we end with a visual. That's something that we do. And if you put this in ChatGPT, you will get the beautiful product descriptions.
all right.
That's
All
what we
right.
use.
All right. And these titles are
Good.
like
Yes,
winning.
I asked in the ChatGPT prompt, and that's something you can add as well. Like, please keep in mind the SEO of Google Ads. Like, please rank it up for Google Ads, and maybe you can ask, hey, make three product titles, so we can choose between the product titles. That's something we do as well.
All right. All right. Got it. Got it. And then I have another question, if that's fine.
Sure.
All
Yes.
right. Because when working with you guys, the trajectory now is that if I just keep putting 50 products a day on the store, that well, next month we will be going to 1K a day, most likely. And then in July we'll probably hit, if all things go well, we'll hit 100K in revenue. So that's like 20, 25, maybe 30K in profit. Since the opportunity is so big, well, it seems so big, because if we hit the trajectory that's like insane, fast growth and profit in a relatively short period of time. So I really want to get the most out of it and the most profit as well. So if in like a gun to your head scenario, you would say how in my situation, like currently with only one store, how would I go to 100K profit a month before Q4?
100K profit a month and you want to do that with one store?
No. But
Oh.
currently I only have one store. So either expand stores, but where would you expand? How would you expand? Because would you expand markets, like nations, or would you expand niches in the same market that you're already familiar with?
And you said before Q4 or in Q4?
Well, preferably before Q4. It will be tight, but
Mm.
if you do it before Q4, then for sure you will do it in Q4, and then Q4 you can build up to 150K a month.
Yeah, so the only bottleneck here is that if you're gonna sell fashion, we will see a drop during August and also at the end of July. So from that moment on, you already need to focus on the new season. Last year, we already saw the spike in search volume for sweaters and all the winter products, winter jackets during the end of August and especially already in September and the beginning of October. But that's already in Q4. Good question. I would suggest to expand in if you want to have 100K profit, right? Okay. Then I would suggest to take 3 to 4 stores eventually.
100K
And
profit means, like, very simple. 100K profit means 300K in revenue. That's something we need, like, that's something we see normal. But I think a little bit more, like 350K maybe, like that's something that we need to aim for. I think that's something that's doable. I've done it and I'm doing it with the Google stores as well. And indeed, expanding to different markets would be good, but even different niches would be good. And that's something that we're really considering. That's why we do right now the home decor niche, because I know this one will crush it. And I will show you guys that, because like all of you guys are doing fashion, and now we're like, okay, but home decor can do great as well. So I know you guys will add these products to your store, and yes, you will crush it with these products as well. That's something that's really, yeah, like the main thing. We know like the baby niche, we know like the pet niche. We have like even like one store that's in the how do you say it, in the toys niche. like toys and gifts are always amazing. Like people buy toys and gifts all the time. So in Q4, guys, that's something I want to put in general. And I think, well, this challenge, of course, does not like take it till Q4. But one of the main reasons, or one of the main lessons I learned like last year, I slept on Q4. Like I was doing Google as drop shipping, mostly with fashion. In Q4, it did great. It did great. But like my friends who got like all these toys and gift stores, they did insane amount of money, insane amount of money. We see from like October, November, people stop buying fashion. They start buying products for other people. And that's when you go all in the gift niche, for I think on October, it's amazing. I took like a 10K coaching, like I paid 10K for 1 hour coaching from like one of the best YouTubers, and he's really famous in the dropshipping niche. And I paid like 10K just for to see 1 hour with him, and he just opened up 2 of his Shopify stores. He was like, "Here you see my brands, here you see my stores," and it was like with the oldest products that we all can imagine in the toys niche, and he did like 20 million in 10 days with like these products, and we all know these products. Like one of them was like the Galaxy projector, for example. Everybody knows this product, the Galaxy projector, right? And everybody knows the pocket printer as well. Like this is like some that you can take a picture of, and it prints like the. He did 20 million with these 2 products only, and that's like crazy in, I believe, 18 days. That's crazy, and that's something I think that's mind blowing. And he was like, no, you need to stop like doing this fashion stuff. Only in Q4 people are buying stuff for each other, and that's something I would really, if that's one takeaway you guys learn from the challenge, you will make millions by this investment. I'm really that confident.
And would you approach that by building a general store and then
Yes, for
building
example, yeah,
out
we
the
see that. Yes,
collections one by
yes.
one?
Yes, that's
Right.
like one of the things. Like, why not run a general store with like all gifts and all home decor and all? You can do that. That's good. What
Mm-hmm.
you will see, and that's maybe the problem we will have with this store as well. It takes a little bit more time for Google to understand what are your targeting audience, because you have so many products and so many collections. Google is always searching for it, so that's why it always takes a little bit of time. But once it finds the sweet spot, it goes crazy.
Yeah, at one point you can actually start creating campaigns only per collection. If you have
Yeah.
enough profit, then you will be scaling these products only for separate, keywords. So based on the collection. But at the beginning, just keep it all together in one campaign.
Yeah.
All right. All right. That's good. And expanding those general stores into maybe untapped markets, untapped cash flow markets. Like I don't know how the smaller countries are doing on
They are doing
Google.
great. Like we do great in Switzerland. We do like France, like recently starts picking up. Australia starts to picking up. Like this is all PayPal and credit card mostly countries that we are talking about. They are doing like amazingly. We even got the tip from like another agency, like, hey, you can even focus on Belgium only, like only Belgium. A lot of people are doing Netherlands, Belgium, but like Belgian people still have like a different language than the Dutch people. So even if you make a Belgium store with like, I don't know how the language would be, like the typical you can even crush it on there as well. We found like stores killing it on Google with just only Belgium, which is funny.
Mm-hmm. And like even smaller, like Denmark or Finland, is it possible to do like 100K revenue there, or is it tough?
Well,
Finland, no.
no, Finland not. Like we hit 70K in Q4 with a Finnish store, and that was like a pretty experienced drop shipper. And Denmark, to be honest, I don't get it above like 50K a month, but you can go to probably to, let's say, 2K a day, but there will be a little bit there will be a ceiling in my experience, in my opinion, and the niches I tried. So I would prefer, like, Switzerland is better. Then I would say Switzerland is better. France is better than, but Denmark and Finland not so well. Maybe also like Norway is also pretty good. I'm now running a store in Norway without Klarna, and that's doing really well. So yeah, those.
And Switzerland is also without Klarna.
Yes, also only credit
Only
card.
credit cards. Like I'm not even
Perfect.
using PayPal.
Okay. Well, that's good. That's yeah, that's all my questions for now. So thanks guys for all the value
You're
and your
welcome.
time. Cheers.
And yes, I see Zaid is asking like, hey, is there a video where you created and submitted the store to the merchant center? No, because like I created this one just before the challenge and I was not like thinking about using it for the challenge, to be honest. But Camille showed like the whole setup, how he did it, and we recorded it. It's in the recordings, so you can see exactly how it does. And the funny thing is now I'm just thinking about you can even use my policies to get your Google Merchant Center set up, because like we have the correct policies right now. You just can change the product names, you can change the policy names. So try it, guys. It's my store. I'm feel free to copy. It's no problem. But just be clear. Like don't use my address. Don't use anything. I'm just asking you guys. Otherwise, I will kill you. No, just joking. But I made some like if you copy the store 101, of course, like I've put like everything that's not allowed on for Google, I put it on there, like all the scarcity and urgency, but just I want to have like the quickest possible results for you guys as well. We are in these 90 days. I believe we can hit the 100K mark in the next 60 days, I hope, if we push it. Because like even today we got one order with like an average order value of 1K. People ordered 12 lamps today with a free listing. So I think this store will have some potential if we can source these products. That's the biggest like problem we would have with this store, like all these lamps, sourcing it, etc. But yeah, it will be funny to see. Let me see. Yeah, you can take it and you can get it approved and then change it, of course. But you guys need to check in my policies. We put everything back to my URL. So if you do copy and paste and the hyperlink is still to my store, you will be fucked. So please take care with you copying everything. The hyperlinks need to be changed as well. So that's something I really recommend. That's why I think like thanks to Camille, he put like the blank policy. So he's like, okay, you can put it yourself in there. But if you copy mine, make sure the hyperlinks are not referring to my store. Otherwise, my customer support will get pretty busy. And they're like, why is this store using my hyperlink? Let me see. Yeah, of course, like Aaron, it's not that if you use like Camille's checklist, you will get approved instantly, but it means like now you have like everything to check back again if everything is set up again. Because when Google is like, hey, this is still not good, it means that not everything is correctly. And most of the time, it's just in the Google merchant that's not matching the stuff that you have on the store. If you tried it like many times, guys, please send Camille a message, but I'm just being transparent with here. He's not like checking all your stores just for free. He charges money if you want him to be done. But he's just so friendly that he sent all the resources that we can do it for free. If you guys cannot match it and you're like, and you have the budget, send Camille a message and he will get it set up with you. But don't spam him with all these kind of questions. I gave him permission to ignore you guys if it gets all the all the crazy questions and he's just doing your approval. So please be aware of someone's time. Let me see.
Yeah, just to add to it, I am testing one more method that's like quite different, but it's I have 2 or 3 stores currently in approval process. They are just Google is reviewing them because instead of not only submitting one product, but we are not even doing that with the apps in Shopify, for example, Google app or Sim Process app. I'm submitting the products manually in the spreadsheet because the product feed, the things that you push to Google, is actually a product spreadsheet with columns. And each column is titled accordingly to Google documentation. And I'm just creating this product feed with one product in Google Sheets, and I'm uploading that to Google Merchant Center. And Google is only scanning these things in the Google Sheet, which also helps with getting approved in the past. But now I'm checking that one more time. So for some of you guys that have this very complicated issue with location in Thailand, for example, then company in Hong Kong and target country Netherlands, that's why I'm trying this one more thing to see if it works. If I get the positive response, I will just record a Loom video and post it in a school community so you guys, all of you can see how I did it one more time.
Dude, you're amazing. Like everyone puts like a heart for Camille. He's doing amazing. Well, I think guys, this is amazing. This was a really good call, guys. I'm feeling like you guys are very interested in running on Google. I think we We will show you some hidden stuff around it. If this store like hits, we have the home run, because I think it's a really good niche that we can kill it in evergreen. The data tells me like, okay, all the lamps are like a little bit low right now, but like after the summer it will be higher. But if I already get these kind of orders with like the free listings, I'm very confident that we can do it very well. Guys, let's cut it off here. We have like we did like the 1 hour call pretty good and pretty quickly. Thank you, Hank, for setting up the ads. Let's see if we can make some money. And I think that will be done. Let's see what we have Friday. Friday, we will give you guys an update on the Facebook store. We are just changing right now Falcon. We are changing a little bit the team. We're changing a lot of stuff. But I think we will be soon again live on Facebook as well. And maybe we guys want to show you guys one time as well the TikTok setup. That's something we are considering as well. So you guys know everything, how I set up like TikTok, how I set up Facebook, and how I set up Google. And maybe because of Lucas, I'm even thinking about showing like the Pinterest as well. But I cannot like focus on everything, of course. I want you guys to teach you, focus on one platform, go all in with it, because that's where you make the money, the most amount of money. Until you hit like a certain amount of money, you can change with the platforms, but that's something for later on. I wish you guys a lovely Wednesday, and all the questions will be asked in the community, and we will see you on Friday, guys. See you later.
Yes.
Thank you, guys. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Welcome.